Hey guys, my name is Sultan and today I'm going to show you guys the 5 investments you should definitely stay away from. Don't come close to it, take your money far away from it. The reason is because most people talk about exactly how you should spend your money, how you should invest your money, where to put your money into, what to do with your money, but most people don't talk about exactly where you should avoid putting your money into. And the thing is that if you don't lose money, that is pretty much the best return you can possibly get because you're not losing money. And if you put your money into the wrong place, you're pretty much guaranteed to lose money. So today I'm going to share exactly where you should avoid putting your money into no matter what happens. So the first investment that most people think of putting their money into is bonds. So bonds is pretty much a government savings where you can put your money locked away for, let's say, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and you are guaranteed a certain percentage or a certain return back. But the issue with bonds is, number one, your money is locked away for a very long time. No matter what amount of money it is, if you save or put $10,000 into bonds, you cannot touch that money for 5 years. It's usually around 5 years or even longer than that, and that is a very long time. In that 5 years, you can probably make way more money than the return bonds are going to give you, especially with the way things currently are and how savings interest has gone down and everything along that line. Bonds as well isn't exactly high. If you're going to get a 5% return on $10,000, you are only going to make 500, literally worth nothing. Another thing is that if you're definitely young, so if you're like in your 20s or in your teens or whatever that line, then you should 100% avoid bonds, simply because you're playing it too safe, too safe. If you're much older, in your 50s and 60s, that's what bonds is for. It makes more sense to put your money into bonds because at that point things are safe. You're just going to leave your money in there. You don't really want to take too much risk when you're older. But when you're young and you're still in your teens and you're still in your 20s, then there's certainly no point in putting your money locked away for 5 years. And another thing is that you probably don't even have a ton of money anyway. There's no point in putting 5,000, into bonds and making pretty much nothing back after 5 years. You can probably make double that when you're young by putting your money into things that are a lot more risky and things that have a higher interest rate. And on that note, the second thing you definitely should stay away from is savings account. Savings account used to be significant back in the day, but now that interest rate has been cut to like 0.01%, it's pretty much useless. Putting your money into savings account is absolute nonsense. You can put a lot of money into savings account and by the end of the year you're gonna make pretty much nothing back. So it's absolutely useless putting your money into savings account. And the thing about savings account is that most people don't realize is that you put your money into savings account or you save your money away, and what the government do is that they use your money saved up, they loan that money to other people. When they loan this money to other people, they charge a ridiculous interest rate on that money. So they are pretty much using your money to loan to other people to make more money than they give you, nonsense return back basically. So you're not earning anything, they're using your money to make money. Banks are smart. We should be more like the bank. We should rather keep our money, invest this money into the stock market to make more money from companies, so that way we actually gain something rather than giving our money away for other people to make use of. The only exception I'll probably make for savings account is if you're still very young and you're like 13 to like 15. The interest rate is still decent, so put in even $50 or anything quite small in a savings account when you're very young. They actually give you a generous interest rate because you're young and they don't expect people who are young to save money anyway. So that is kind of the only exception. But if you're any older than that and you're gonna get an interest rate that is in like 0.01% or anything along that line, it's best for you to put your money somewhere else because you will make a lot more and your money is gonna thank you in the future. Now the third investment you should avoid making is cryptocurrency. So before you guys start slaughtering me in the comments, the reason I say this is simply because most people that invest into crypto don't have the knowledge of what cryptocurrency actually is. They have no clue what they are doing and people just put their money into crypto for the hype. Of course, we've heard many stories and many people who have become billionaires off crypto, people who have invested into Bitcoin when it was pretty much nothing, and now some people have made a ton of money from it. But again, this is different from those people, and this is a large amount of people who pretty much go into crypto to pretty much lose their money. That's the problem. So before you invest into crypto, you want to make sure you first understand what crypto is. You want to make sure you understand exactly what your money is doing, where your money is going. Of course, some of these crypto sites are secure, but the thing is, if you lose money, they're not going to give you your money back. Investing into something like Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything along that line, or Dogecoin, it's all fun and game, it's all fun, but at the end of the day, you need to understand you're putting real money into this. Put in about $1 or $2, whatever, it's fine. I mean, it's insignificant, but if you're going to start putting $100 into crypto and 200 or even more, you need to understand, you need to do enough research to make sure you understand why you're investing. Do not ever invest because of hype or people hyping things up, because before that hype gets to you, that investment has already exploded. That investment has already gained enough money. So by the time you get into it, you're getting into it at the peak where you're going to lose money. By the time you get to that hype and you think of investing, that is when that investment is going to tank, and that is when you're going to lose your money. If you do invest into this based on knowledge and based on what you're doing before the hype, then that is when you make a lot of money. So just to make it clear, only invest into cryptocurrency if you know exactly what you're doing. It's really that simple. It's basic things anyway. Don't invest into anything at all if you don't know what it is, if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know what it's about. That applies to every single thing, including the stock market, including any businesses, just anything along that line. Make sure you conduct your own research before you invest your money. For the fourth thing, you don't want to invest your money into people who sell you courses. Now, the reason for this is because people who message you, or people who DM you, or people who come to you saying you should invest your money into this course for the sake of knowledge, or you should invest into this, and they will quadruple your money, or they will put your money into some sort of asset for some sort of reason. It is probably lies, it's probably a scam, or even if it's not a scam, you're probably going to lose more money than you're going to gain. For me, in the past couple of days, I've had some people reach out to me about investing money or investing into their platform or investing into something that they do, so that way they can help me back in return. But after reading the whole message, it just seems like one of those things that people copy and you just paste it and just send it to you anyway, because they've sent it to like another 100 people or 1,000 people. So the major reason you should avoid courses anyway is just because you have the internet. Most things you ever need to learn these days is either going to be on the internet, Google or something, or you're going to find it on YouTube. YouTube is a free platform that you can find whatsoever question you want to ask, and you will most likely, probably like 99%, find it on YouTube. You can learn the courses you want for anything on YouTube for free. Of course, then you have more professional ones that actually expand on it, and you can gain a lot more knowledge, but there are platforms and websites for this that actually certified for this reason. Don't go and DM anyone about any course, or they're going to sell you something, or you're going to get into a membership and pay this amount, because most of the time you don't even need to do that. You can get this for free. And if you really want to invest your money into something beneficial, educational, then you can just read a book. Last week I uploaded a video on exactly what you can invest $100 in, and you can watch that to find out exactly how you can maximize the smallest amount of money to make you the biggest return. And if you do have more money to invest, then go from other videos and you can see exactly how you can invest whatsoever amount of money to make as much as possible. And now for the final investment you should avoid. This isn't an investment, but some people see it as an investment. I don't, but this is gambling. Gambling is just something absolutely ridiculous. Of course, there is a chance of you making a ton of money. You can make $1 billion, you can make millions, just by investing like $10 or something like that. That is the reason why some people see it as an investment, but you're going to lose money. There's several people who have been investing into gambling for like 20 years of their life every single day, and they still haven't made that $1 million that they're looking for. So people like you or people like them who are investing money every single time for years, that's the whole reason why the whole gambling business have a lot of money. By the time they give you that $1 million, they've already made about 3 million or 4 million anyway. And the major thing is that there's just a lot more you can do with the amount of money you're going to put into bets and everything along that line. If you have, let's just say, a basic simple $100, again, there's a lot you can do with $100. You can invest into a business, you can make your own business that will definitely make you a lot more money. Just check out the video in the description for more more details on that. You can definitely buy a book that is certainly gonna bring you the highest return, because the best investment you can ever make is investment in yourself and knowledge, because that will bring you the highest yield, the highest return, everything about that. You can't really lose in investing into a book, something that's really beneficial to you. So the whole point is that don't invest your money into something you don't know. Don't invest into something that the chances are against you, something that's like 1 in a million, or 1 in 5 million, half of the time, 90% of the time, you're probably going to be on the losing side of it. And the key thing to invest in, the key thing to save in is just not losing money. If you don't lose money, you already gained money basically. If you don't lose money, you're already making a profit one way or another, because at the end of the day, there's also inflation. Inflation is literally working in the background to make sure every single person is losing money. So the best thing you can do is put your money into something that's going to make you money over time to beat inflation. And that's a wrap. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here today. Hope you did enjoy the video. If you did find any value, be sure to drop a like down below and be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.